So welcome back to another chaoszeronightmare content. Inside today's videos, we're gonna check out Narja. And inside today's videos, we're gonna jump in our first look. So it's not a full guide. I'm gonna make a full guide. Maybe I play her like a couple round, a couple chaos. Then I can have a good amount of knowledge about how to play Narja, what cards to copy or to remove. But in today's videos, all we're just gonna do, we're just gonna check all of this card right here, the base card, and also including her epiphany, and also talking about the potential and what's the memory fragment, and also the dupes. So without further jumping to the first thing of chaoszeronightmare, when you first unlock the characters, we're gonna put this hard to the big max to the level 10. So let's check out the background lobby screen. So whoa, that thing gotta go. Let's see, what is it? Holy shit. This ain't that bad. This ain't that bad. I literally thought it couldn't get worse. I thought like Narja wouldn't become like this. I thought she have a real fake ass boob, but this randomly just becoming real boobs in a wedding dress for no reason. I don't know why. Anyways, it's still not best top up whatever this is. Like even this, I really love Chizaru. I really love Chizaru though, and also starting like Selena looked pretty good though. But I don't think. But you know what we're missing? Me is actually crazy also. Anyways, this is a Narja videos. Like, why are we talking about other characters? So this is our main lobby screen. Don't forget to screenshot. Whatever you do, do not goon. No gooning, guys. No gooning. Hands off. Hands off. No gooning. So yeah, that's jokes aside. Let's jump to what she actually do. So she is a controller instinct. I think you guys know all this by now. So let's jump into what she do and what she does. So basically, this is the first 3 cards right here. It's just normal attack. Both of these are heals, and this attack is count as a base defense damage. So you're gonna stack about your defense, and if you have a defense substat, do not feel bad since Narja is a defense. What's that? Stackers. So yeah, but before we're gonna go through all these 4 cards that we are about to yap about, I want you to understand veracity and preparation. These the 2 new terms of of Narja. So veracity, when hitting with an attack card, 40% fixed heal if HP is 50% or higher, plus additional 30% damage to that card. When the effect is activated, decreased by 1 turn, max out to the stack. And preparation is basically an enhanced version of veracity. Just instead of 30%, you get 80% back, so you get additional 50%. Yeah, basically what this is mean. So preparation, and this is also stacked. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is actually stacked. So if you have veracity and preparation at the same time, you're gonna get 111 damage plus. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it just sounds like that. Because it's counting different things, it's not like counting one. It just the function is basically the same, but preparation doesn't heal, but deal more damage though. So that's all the 2 new terms. So yeah, so let's get to our first card. So we got shackles of hunger. So 30% defense base damage by 3 times. So this is a multi-hit card, and a moment is basically when that card come to your hand, it counts as a moment. So for example, if I discard it to the draw pile and then I draw it back, you get this full veracity back instantly. So that's basically what I mean. Simple stuff. Bottomless hunger, the next 2 times veracity is activated, decrease cost of 1 random card enhanced by 1 for 1 turn. So this is basically similar like Chizaru, but in order to get this 1 decrease cost, you have to activate it veracity, 2 veracity. So for example, I take example like a Chizaru basic attack. It's a 2-time hitter. So if I 2-time hitter and it counts It also count hits and also multi-hit. It's not count on just one attack card. So for example, that card is 2-time hitter and it take 2 velocity. Just want to clarify that. So Chizaru basic attack, chop 2 times, it consume 2 velocity, and then random card in your hand just decrease by 1. Simple like that. And volunteer control, if velocity is fewer than 6 stack, gain 6 velocity. If 6 or more stack, gain 2 peroration. Basically, if this means like, if, for example, if you have 5 stack, you get 6 velocity, so your velocity go to 11 stack. And if you have more, I think you only gain peroration, it doesn't gain stack. I don't think this is stack though. For example, if you get 6, if you have 6 velocity, you only get 2 peroration, you don't get any additional velocity. That's basically what I think. And we got another one, the domain of velocity. This is a stack one right here, 100% base damage to all enemies, increase tenacity damage taken off the target by 100% until their next ravage. So this is basically a multi-hit like a whirlpool, but you increase the tenacity damage taken so you can break the enemy ball really quickly. That's why Khalib and Scenario is a good hit, because they can take advantage of tenacity. I think every characters will take a lot of like advantage of the tenacity damage taken. And then lastly, we got mirror time. This is a retain plus unique card, so it's actually pretty good. I really love the retain the most. If velocity is decrease cost by 1, and add plus 30% heals amount max out to 10 until use, and it's also deal 160% defense base damage to all enemies, heal 100%, and 4 peroration. You just get you 4 peroration. And do not get this 6 cost for you. You can actually decrease it to 0 cost. Like you legit can decrease it to a 0 cost card if you use 6 velocity. And it's actually pretty easy since it is a retain card, so you don't have to spam it immediately. You know what I mean? It's not gonna go away. Which is why I really love the retain stack on it. So yeah, that's basically what I mean. Actually a nuker. And the last one I want to talk about is her ego skill. This is her ego skill right here. Pretty cool. It is a 5 ego skill. Wait. Okay, is it a 5 ego skill? And you get 10 velocity plus damage dealt, which is AoE. If mirror time is in graveyard, gain 5 peroration. This is basically an AoE, give you velocity and also a peroration. Yeah, actually pretty strong. To be honest, this is actually pretty strong because you get 5 peroration. This is gonna give you the next card or your attack card additional 80, and also could be, if it's stacked though, 110 damage plus. You guys can correct me, or maybe if I'm wrong, I'm just gonna type in the comment to say it doesn't stack. But right now, I'm just gonna think it is stacked. So yeah, let's check out this Shackles of Hunger. So we got right here our first Epiphany. Instead of 3 multi-hit card, it's go to 4, and this thing from 4 to 6 velocity. That's really strong. Next one. Okay, this is actually a complicated one. So this is decrease the multi-hit from 3 to 2, but at the start of turn, if velocity was activated 3 or more times in the previous turn, move to hand. But the time this one velocity is from like 4 to only 1, which is, I don't know if that's good or not. But the one thing I could say this probably good, or probably suggest you to get this, is, for example, if I have I play Chizaru, the spamming like spam basic attack style, and I just activated 3, it's gonna move to your hand, but I already get 1. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I have to do some more testing, but this is a 0 cost AP, so it's not gonna cost much. So probably this actually good. So this how it goes. This one of my mind things. You play G0 two basic attack with velocity. So this card gonna come back, give you another velocity. So now you have like additional one. I don't know how you maintain that since each stack of Chizaru basic attack count like take 2 velocity since it is a 2-hitter. I don't know, you guys can think. I haven't done testing yet. Next one, we got the 100%. This is basically a DBS. If you want to play Narja DBS, you should get this one. It's just add 1 hit for each 4 velocity owned, max up to 3. So this could turn into a 6-hitter if you have like 12 stack. If you have 12 stack, you can make this to a 6-hitter and you just dish out big damage. Next one, we got Shackling of Hunger. This is a skill card. Retain, also have retain. Decrease velocity by 5 plus 40 damage to the next use attack card for each amount decrease. If 5 is decreased, 3 penetration. So I think that's what I mean. So you decrease by 5 and you get 40 plus damage to the next card that you're gonna use, which is the next card is gonna be broken. And I think this is for each amount it decrease, so this is only 1 stack. I don't know, this is actually pretty broken. For 5, you multiply it to 200 damage. You're gonna give the next card, the next nukes, 200 damage plus. That's a lot. And if you actually decrease that, you get additional penetration and you get additional 80%. So this card potentially makes your next attack card go to 280%. That's actually sound crazy. That's like, don't you think this is actually crazy card, right? I thought like the first Epiphany is good, but this sound actually broken for 1 card though. Maybe if you have like Chizuru, you know, the Chizuru, the 4-header, this could be broken. No, this is a plus additive. It's not multiplied, so multi-hit would gain a lot of benefit from this buff. I know I have to do some more testing. I'm actually interested with this one. And I think this is the last Epiphany. Yep, that's the last Epiphany. This is just a skill, 0 AP, and it just gives you shield. Decrease velocity by max 3, repeat for each amount decrease. I actually doesn't know what that means. I have no clue. I think this is basically means that you get 60 shield and you decrease your velocity, so you decreases like 3 times and you get like 180 shield. Is that what I mean? The translation is actually making my brain hurt, so I'm just gonna throw it to the dump. You guys can talk about it. So yeah, that's all the Epiphany of the Shackless Hunger. The next one, we're gonna check out the Bottomless Hunger. So this is the Bottomless Hunger. These are the Epiphany. Let's check out our first one. This is give you 3 velocity, and yeah, everything basically the same. The only thing you get from this Epiphany is 3 velocity. So you're not gonna run out of velocity, that card. And this second one is right here. It just decreased 2 cost random card enhanced for 1 turn without doing this shenanigan of using velocity or anything. You just get 2 decreased card random. Just if you use that card, the two cost card, it just go to 0. Just simple like that. That's why we got the unique when velocity is activated 3 times in 1 turn. Decrease cost of one random card enhanced by 1 until use. This actually potentially really good. First of all, it's unique, so you guys can farm some other deck, like for example Tsunami or Khalid. It's actually pretty good. And another one is this card is not gonna go. Like, for example, like Chizuru. Chizuru, the basic attack card is only one. So for example, if I activated 3 velocity, that Chizuru basic attack card decreased to 0, and I don't use it, it just go to the discard, which is to the graveyard, then it go to the draw pile, then go to back out of hand. That card still gonna be 0 cost until it's used. So until it's used, it go back to the original AP. But if not, it's just gonna stay 0 AP the whole turn. But this is only one time per turn. So I'm thinking like the next turn you can apply another negative decrease cost to the random card also. You know, this actually potentially could be really good since it's until use. I think until use actually be really cool. Next one, we got the bottomless skill. This is the retain plus 100% defense base damage. I don't know. I actually don't know about this one. For 1 turn plus damage dealt, unless you gonna play Narja with defense team like Khalid, Magna, or Mabel, or Amir. This actually a card that you go for if you're going for a defense damage dealer. And I think this is the last one. This is a lead card, 1 AP. So lead is basically when this card is inside your hand, is 50-50 chance it go back to 0, decrease 1 cost. So yeah, that's basically what lead means. This lead card give you 7 velocity peak, since we need velocity. Her kids evolve with velocity the most. For 1 turn, each time velocity is activated, plus 40% damage amount to the next mirror time, which is this unique card right here. And plus 40% actually pretty strong. And for example, if you use 7 velocity that just gave you in this bottomless hunger right here, this could be, let me multiply real quick. 4 times 7 is, my god, my mom is cooked. 28? Is it 28? 280% damage that to the next mirror time. And this is only count 7 velocity that we got from this bottomless hunger right here. For example, if you have literally 10 stack of velocity and you use all of them, that thing going to 400% damage. I'm actually interested on getting this card right here. It sounds so broken, and you know the mirror time is 160 damage down to all enemies and AoE. So yeah, this card is peak. I'm actually interested. So yeah, that's all the epiphany of the bottomless hunger. The next one, we're gonna talk about the warranty control. So warranty control, the first card we got, this is basically just increase like our first epiphany, but don't get me wrong, this is actually a good epiphany. This is less stack, you get 9 velocity, which is a lot. That is a lot. And every 6 stack more, you get 3 penetration instead of 2. Really a bunch. The next one we got warranty control, 0 AP. If mirror time is in the draw pile, move to hand. If in graveyard, 3 morale for 1 turn. This could be really working really strongly if you have the card, the bottomless card, the lead card. I think you can work with those two to deal a fucking nuke right here. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about this epiphany yet. I'm gonna do some more testing. This, you're just gonna get 60+% damage more per morale, so you only get 60. I don't know if that's good or not. So yeah, I just retain. I think you just left in the draw pile. It's not gonna go anywhere because it doesn't. This decrease cost doesn't require this card to be in your hand to decrease the cost. You know what I mean? Like for example, if this card just stay in the draw pile and you use velocity, this card is just going down, down, down. It doesn't like stay 6 AP. You know what I mean? So I don't know about this epiphany yet. Next one, we got velocity control. For 2 turns, each time action count of the target is decreased, 1 velocity gain. Another one, another niche card. I don't know if this is good or not. For example, if your enemy is a 10 action 10 countdown, and if count 1 2 3 2 0, it give you 10 velocity. Could be actually broken, but it's RNG based on the boss. It's based on the boss, and I don't know yet that if the infinity, you know, is the big boss that you find the chaos or wherever, it have the infinity action count. I don't know if that's also count in this card. If it does, it's actually broken, right? If it does actually count the infinity, it's actually broken. But I'm gonna do some more testing. I'm gonna give you my full thought on my full guide. But this is 2 turn, actually pretty strong. Next one, we got the unique upgrade one. We love those uniques. So the unique card, you get 10 velocity. Select 1 attack card, 1 permutation each time that card is moved to hand. So this is basically made for scenario, like no joke. No, you know this card is made for scenario, for her homing missile. So each time the homing missile move back hand, each time you ravage it and you go back to the hand, it's gonna give you 1 penetration, and literally the next homing missile that you, the homing missile that you're about to use, it go to plus additional 80%. So actually pretty strong if you play scenario. But if you don't, I don't recommend you, unless one more thing, unless you play Mei Lin. Mei Lin also have a card that also move through your hand. That is the only two character that I can think of when you can take advantage of this this epiphany right here. So yeah, that's all the epiphany. And lastly, we go into our final card epiphany, which is the domain of veracity. So our first card right here is this one, basically the same thing, and on ravage 3 veracity gain. It's actually pretty strong since it doesn't count time. It doesn't say, oh, you need to break it this turn. This is basically any turn, and this is really gonna be really strong if it's a mode like a bunch of characters, a bunch of monster, for example 4 monster, and you break all of them. You break all of them, you get 12 velocity just by breaking all those 4 monsters. It's actually strong to me. This is actually strong if you're trying to do play with Yuki. Yuki is gonna benefit because, you know, AoE. And this card is basically AoE, but it's not really strong if you only fight 1 boss or 1 monster. It's actually bad, but in multi-hit, it's actually pretty cool. But one more I want to fill in. If you use this shenanigan right here, Narja, Scenario, and Selena, you know, Selena have the cards that rebuild the ravage bar. This could be broken also. So you use this, you break the ravage bar with Scenario, you use Selena to rebuild the ravage back, and you break it again, so you get 6 velocity. Hey, I don't know, that's just basically what I think. Next one, we got the second epiphany for 2 turn plus 100% damage taken by the target. This actually pretty strong if you play defense again, since this is only plus defense based damage taken by the target. So if you play like Magna. This is basically made for Magna, and a counter team like Maribel and whatever is actually pretty strong. But other than that, just skip this Epiphany. This one right here. When additional plus 150 base damage when hitting the target for the next 5 times. For the next 5 times. Here's 40%. Trash. Ooh. A 3 AP cost. Retain 320 defense base damage to all enemy if granted bow velocity and penetration activated one more time. What does this mean though? What is if guaranteed bow velocity and penetration? The fuck that mean? Does it mean that if you triggered velocity and penetration with this card, you can activate it again? Is that what it means? Because I don't know what grand mean. If grand like you gain velocity and penetration, but it just doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't make sense with this card. So the only thing I can think of right now that you use this card when you have penetration and velocity, and if you do that, you just 2 times this X damage to literally 640% defense base. This is gonna become a nuke. But it's a 3 AP card, so it's actually I don't know what if that's good or not. And lastly, we got another upgrade card and another unique. Damn, she got a bunch of uniques. Each time mirror time is used, heal 200%. This is basically a healer card. And yeah, I think that's all for the Epiphany. So, and let's get to the potential. This potential is basically normal stuff. And this thing, you add 2 velocity to the defense respawn. Oh, so that is where you get the velocity come from. So this is literally a must have right here to get all those velocity. But sooner or later, you're gonna remove that thing anyways. But keeping that is not that bad. And our first basic proficiency, this is basically trash, since you're not gonna defend respawn using the basic card. I don't know why they have here. They should fix that immediately. It's only benefit from for a certain type characters. And lastly, the unique stat plus 10% amount to velocity. If hold on, 10 plus damage. So that is going from a 30 velocity, 30 plus damage to a 40 plus damage amount instead. If Narja defense is greater than 300 plus additional 200 damage, 20 damage. Why did I keep saying 100? 20 damage to penetration. So penetration is going from 80 to 100% plus if your Narja defense is above 300. Yes, it's actually broken. Holy smoke. And as for her memory of fragment, I think you can go literally is going to crit damage, and this is basically your local stuff. Crit damage and ravage. This one ravage right here. This ravage right here is plus 50 damage to instinct card using against ravage target. That is a no-brainer if you use with Khalib or someone that benefit a lot from breaking the character a bunch of times. But for general use, I think as for general use, I would go for literally crit damage, attack. Crit damage. This one right here, just increase damage, increase heal. Our basic attack card. Sure. Can use that for max HP. Oh yeah, the main part one, of course, is this one right here. Is the 12 plus defense. Okay, so I make up my mind. I think this the build that I'm going for is the defense. If you're going for a sub DPS, or yeah, if you're going for a sub DPS, Of course, crit damage, this defense right here, I mean HP and defense. That's what you're going for. Those are the one I'm going for if I'm playing sub DPS. But if you want to go full up support, you can use this one right here, the increase damage shield using basic attack card. If you use that, but I think mainly just getting this match HP and this defense right here also good for support also. But if you're going for a general team, I mean going for a Pacific team with Narja, or just going like a team that benefit a lot from Ravage team, of course is this Judgment Flame Shock right here, this instant 4 cost right here, and a crit damage or a defense stat. Yeah, that is all the memory fragment. And as for the sub stat, you could go for crit damage, defense, and crit rate. Of course, defense percentage or defense plus is also good. I don't think there's any more benefit from Narja other than defenses, since you need a bunch of defenses to try to get this 100 defense base right here, going to a 300 to get a big buff for your penetration. So yeah. And lastly, we got Dupes. Not a big fan of Dupes, but get the fuck out here. Increase mealtime penetration by 2. Sure, but is it worth it? Nah. We got velocity decrease has a 25% chance to get more velocity, so this basically also good, but it's not necessary. This means if like you get a chance, or if you want a guaranteed, which is mean like if you use 4 velocity, you get 1. So if you use 4, you get additional 1. So you only technically consume only 3 velocity. Number 3 is increase protocol hunting method. What the hell is this? Oh, ego skill. Just going up by 3. 8 penetration. Not that good, but I think the strongest one right here is this E4 right here. Plus 30% damage amount to penetration. So your penetration is going from, let's say you get 300 defense above. So your penetration is going from 100 to 130% if you have E4, which is a lot for that attack card. Yeah, it's literally a lot. And this one E5 is just a basic attack card upgrade stuff at the end, and E6 is at the end of the turn deal 50% defense based damage to random enemy and heal 1% health for each penetration decrease this turn. Not biggest one. I'm not a big fan of Dupe in the first place. You just literally just get E0, just a base kit, and none of this is all mean necessary. But if you're looking for the really good one, I think it's either E2 or E4. But I think E4 is like the stopping point, since this two right here is not really that peak. This one just getting additional plus 30%, which is a lot. So yeah. And yeah, that is all what we know of Narja. What you gotta think about Narja? To me, she looks pretty strong based on when they showcased in the live stream. I saw a bunch of healing, so I'm thinking of running her as a healer aside of, like, for example, like Veronica or something like that with my Narja. Looks pretty strong, but is she a must pull? If you're looking for a 5-star support, I think she not must pull, but it is good to have her. You know what I mean? It is good to have her, but it's not a must pull. It is not a must pull. It's not a must pull compared to Narja. Narja is basically a must pull because of high DPS and also limited. She basically like, you're sick of tired of playing your healers, your Mika, your Ray. I think picking on her is a good shot, and if you play or if you want to boost up your Narja damage really a bunch of time, picking her up also good. And yeah, She is not a must build, but she actually good to have it. And also she is our first support that inside the game other than the standard banner. She's our first support, so she's not that bad, guys. She actually, if you have her, really good for you. If you don't, you can play other, like for example like Veronica or other characters else. So yeah, anyways, that's all for today's videos. This background right here is a must build. So yeah, anyways, that's all for today's videos. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.